there are a few stories in American culture, in music, or art culture, that start like this. The kind of reconciliation I'm interested in is going to be, a lot of it is going to be spiritual. It just seems like the word Christian doesn't mean anything anymore. I mean, I would just really love to see people who have really vehement spiritual, doctrinal disagreements, Christian cultural disagreements, to like come and have a space to talk about that stuff. I'm a really firm believer that any real significant or lasting change starts small, it starts quietly, and it starts in really unlikely places. It seems possible to me that that something like Wild Goose would be in a unique position to light the fuse on a lot of those changes. And you have to give people a reason to gather, and music is still one of the most powerful. I mean, like the gathering of a community to hear music and to experience someone performing music, coming to see someone believe something, which is what some people have said, you know, is what you're doing when you're coming to a concert. You're coming to see someone believe something. And I think that's still kind of a really crazy cultural phenomenon that we do that. It almost seems primal to me, because most people, most Christians, most people in general, but Christians especially, are really good at isolating themselves from people who they don't like or agree with. And second to that, absolutely, are going to be political issues. You know, those are spiritual and political issues are all really polarizing, and there's a lot of rhetoric, and there's like people aren't even having conversations. They're just kind of putting up their language against someone else's language. Maybe this is something that people are going to discover at the festival on the ground as they're roaming around and brushing shoulders with folks who they might not have otherwise. That they probably agree, we probably all agree more than we disagree. We're just so hung up on using our particular language. You know, and so I mean, I think centering it around art, centering it around great music, Wild Goose is going to be a perfect opportunity for that, you know, because we're giving people something to rally around and to come and love in common. And then they're going to be kind of trapped with each other. We're going to be trapped. But it's going to be 4 days. And you know, people are going to be living together for 4 days. And yeah, I think it might be just the perfect storm of circumstances to actually get some conversations going. The first rule is just show up. That's the first rule, you know? Just show up to significant spiritual revival or awakening happening. I mean, there are a handful of stories that start like this story. And this is just the very, very beginning of a story.